Hi, it's Heather. Um, I've waited way too long to reach out to everyone and ask for your help with this GoFundMe. It's probably the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. Um, I've been struggling to write my story and explain to everyone why I am so sick, why I have ended up in this incredibly desperate place. But it's a very difficult story to write, especially when you're cognitively impaired the way that I am right now. I have severe central nervous system disease that's making it very difficult to complete even just basic self-care tasks every day. As I'm sitting here right now, I'm shaking, my heart is racing, and I'm just going to do my very best to make this video because I'm desperate. I really need help. I'm going to include on the GoFundMe page a story, an explanation of what's happened to me. Please read that if you can. I wish it was short, but it's not. It's a long, winding saga of incredible suffering and malpractice, unfortunately, that's brought me to this place. But because I know time is very valuable in everybody's lives, I'm just going to kind of just get right to the meat of what my situation is. First of all, I'm alone. I live alone. I have for the last 4 years, and for various reasons, I do not have any family support at all. I know for a lot of people that's very hard to fathom and understand. How could a human being, and I consider myself to be a very kind, good person, how could somebody have no one? But I assure you that it can happen. It has happened to me when I could not be more vulnerable. I could not need more help. My father left when I was a little girl. I'm not crying over that. I have a mom who lives about an hour away, and she just cannot deal with this situation. That's another conversation entirely. But the bottom line is that she's not helping me. She has been to my apartment once in the last 14 months since I've been debilitated. And I guess that's the most she can do. So she does not help me out financially. She doesn't call me. It's very painful, very scary. My family in general is very broken. And so everybody is just sort of surviving and taking care of themselves, and so nobody's really, as far as my siblings, nobody's really in a position to help me. And I'm the oldest, and I've always been the one that helped them. So I don't have anyone. My extended family, again, another kind of, long-winded story, but it's a falling out years ago, so they're not in my life. So and my marriage was destroyed by all of this. And my ex-husband was my family. He took care of me when I had Lyme disease. He ensured that I survived through that. And I don't have that now. So here I am alone. I am too disabled to work currently. I was trying to work last winter, and through the spring I was able to work somewhat and was able to bring in some money, which held me over. Even extremely sick this past spring and early summer, I was able to do a little bit of work and just scrape by, just pay my rent and pay the doctors. But I am deteriorating. The drugs that I have been prescribed are making me very, very sick. And not only am I sick 90% of the month, but I also can't really plan anything because I don't know when I'm going to be better or when I'm going to be worse. It's a very difficult situation as far as, responsibilities and completing tasks. So I'm kind of hitting a wall here. A friend of mine has been very generous the last few months, and he paid for my doctors and was helping me out. And, he can't continue to do that. I really it's very, very painful. It's embarrassing. It's extremely, it's very, very hard to ask for help. But that's where I'm at. So the things that I need money for, besides just survival, because right now I exist on $1,000 a month from disability, and as you know, that does not go very far. I need money for doctors. I have a doctor in DC, and I haven't been able to see him. Travel and just the cost. All of my doctors are out-of-network doctors. If you don't know how that works, it means that they don't go through insurance. So you are paying cash money, full price, upfront for services. So I could really use a consult with my doctor right now, and I can't afford that. The medications that I'm on a lot of different medications right now, and some of them are compounded medications, which means that a specialty pharmacy prepares them for me. It's necessary as I'm slowly tapering off of them, and those are also out of network. Insurance doesn't cover any of that. The other bulk of my prescriptions, insurance does cover a large percentage, but they are still very expensive. It all adds up, and it's really hard. You know, I spend every single penny on food and medication. I don't spend money on anything else. I haven't had new clothes. I haven't had a haircut. I haven't been to the dentist. I don't do anything social. I sit alone in my apartment every single day. I can't, you know, I'm in survival mode right now. I need money for food. I have to eat a very strict diet. I'm extremely sensitive to many things, and putting in, you know, high nutrition, organic food, it's critical. I can't just, you know, buy the cheapest food that's on sale at ShopRite or whatever. That's not going to help me get better. So grocery bills are, you know, a bulk of my expenses. I actually really need a caretaker at this point. I've gone as long as I can without one, and many days I'm dehydrated and pinned to the couch or bedridden, and I can't even get up to make food, and my place is a total mess, and I can't even tell you how degrading it is to live like that, to be an independent, autonomous person, and then you can't even feed yourself or take a shower. So there's a woman that lives close by, and it'd be really nice to be able to have her come a few times a week and check on me and just help me to, you know, to keep up and to not sink so low. So some money to pay for that would be awesome. I'm also immunodeficient, and there's a therapy. It's called lipid therapy. It's very expensive, but another doctor that I consulted with in September in New Jersey, she thinks that this would really help me. She thinks that it's like, you know, kind of a cure for the immunodeficiency. So if enough money comes in, that is a therapy that I would absolutely like to start and try. Amino acid IVs or something else that would help me. They help to support the nervous system and to, you know, to balance your neurochemistry and help your body through this very stressful time. And I know that those would help me very much, but again, these are out-of-network treatments. Insurance doesn't cover them, and I can't afford to do them. Something else that would really help me would be acupuncture. It's been highly recommended, and I can't afford to do that. And I think it probably would help a lot with what I'm going through right now. So physical therapy would too. I have a lot of muscle atrophy, incredible muscle pain, and weakness, and being under the care of a physical therapist on a regular basis would be good. There's a woman in Englewood who I used to work with when I was married and had support. She knows me. I know, you know, I feel comfortable with her, and she's out of network as well. So some money to pay for her fees would also be very helpful. There are a lot of different like health tools health supplies that would help me through this. I'm not going to sit here and rattle off all of them, but they're, various different supplies. And then, of course, psychotherapy, just to help me with the trauma and the stress of this entire situation. So as you can see, there's a lot of needs when you're chronically ill and you're trying to heal your body. It's just like you throw as much as you can at it, which is what I've always done. And I'm at a point where I just really need help to do it. So it's pretty much the the worst of it, I guess. I help a lot of people. I spend every day helping people, and I want to be able to keep doing that. I plan to beat this and to go out there and raise awareness and help as many people as I can. So if you can please help me, I promise you that your donation will help me to help others. I think if we can get me well, that it's going to affect people exponentially. I really believe that. So I'm also willing to help other people in exchange for donations. If you have health problems, I'm kind of a walking encyclopedia when it comes to all different aspects of disease, Lyme disease, autoimmunity, Hashimoto's, heavy metals, mold sickness, all sorts of GI, even neurological syndromes, and I'm happy to help whoever needs that. So it could also really use company. I sit here alone pretty much every day. If I'm well enough, I get out for a walk, but that's not every day. If I'm well enough to go to Whole Foods and get groceries, I go there. And then if I'm well enough to drive to therapy, I go there. That's it. I'm always coming right back home. And the isolation it's hard. So it's something, if you don't have the ability to donate anything, and you're able to visit or help me in some way, something else that would be really helpful. So I'm going to include a written list of all the different things that I just listed that would help me, that the money would go toward. I'll also type them up. Feel free to ask me more about it. I really appreciate any help that anybody can give me. There was a fundraiser thrown for me in 2011, and it was really, truly one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. People knew that I was very sick and needed help, and they offered to throw a fundraiser, and $20,000 was raised, and it truly changed my life. I was able to purchase an infrared sauna and to do an IV therapy that was very helpful for me. I was able to see a doctor that I wasn't able to see, another expensive out-of-network doctor, and that money just people's pennies, people's 10s and 20s can add up in somebody else's life, and they can be absolutely life-changing. Somebody else's disposable cash or what they'll spend on a dinner tonight, you put it into a donation like this and it adds up, and next thing I know, I'm not feeling so hopeless and in despair, and I'm supported and I can keep going. So that's when I first learned the power, of fundraising, and that people truly do want to give. So it's taken me a long time to get up the courage to do this, and I just hope that people understand. This all originates from Lyme disease, and during the course of Lyme disease treatment, I was prescribed this really hideous, destructive drug called benzodiazepine, and it's made me very sick, very, very sick. And it's going to take a couple more years for my central nervous system to heal. And I really hope to be out there and enjoying life again. So please help me. Thank you so much for listening to this video. I'm sure there's a million things that I'm forgetting that I'm going to regret not including, but I guess I'll put it in the writing, whatever I didn't include. So if you can, please read the story as well. Okay. Thank you.